Alright, so this is what came out of my oven just a little while ago. This is my first attempt to make a classic Persian dish known as KUKU SABZI. It is either a fried or baked egg, herb, and vegetable dish. In this case, it's baked in lots and lots of butter. So, I beat some eggs and I put a bunch of chopped herbs and vegetables in there. So there are chopped scallions, otherwise known as green onions, chopped spinach, chopped leeks, lots of crushed garlic, chopped coriander, chopped chives. Am I forgetting anything? Oh, there are chopped walnuts in there as well. There is saffron in there. There's parsley. And then cracked salt, cracked pepper, of course. Yep. And what I'm going to do in just a minute is I'm going to slice this. I'm going to use a pizza cutter. And I'm going to slice it into kind of pizza-like wedge slices. And I'm going to serve it with some warm pita bread and some yogurt. Just plain yogurt. You know, normally with something like this, I would probably put some tahini in it, some lemon, some garlic, some cilantro, some lime, or something like that. No, I'm just going to do plain yogurt, plain pita bread, and I'm going to see how this creation goes over it. All right, well, there's my wedge, looking beautiful. Got some full-fat Greek yogurt over that, and this is not pita bread, actually, it's naan. But it's similar, and it will serve a similar purpose. All right. Let's linger over the beauty for a little bit, and then let's try it. All right, let's see if what I created tonight is worth anything, or if it's just overcooked, oversalted garbage that shows that I really don't know anything about Middle Eastern cooking. It's going to be one or the other. Not oversalted. The vegetable and herb medley in that is immaculate. It's really nice. Probably I should have, for my own personal taste, added something to give the eggs a little bit more buoyancy. I was gonna try to make this a short. That's why you see me in vertical. But I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna just pontificate about this. I had more things to say about this than 3 minutes will allow me to say. So you're just gonna get a vertical, full-length video. Okay. I did not oversalt it. The fact that it was cooked in butter rather than cooking spray or vegetable oil does give it a nice crispiness and a little bit of like saltiness around the edges. That's nice because I use salted butter. I decided to go all out on putting the herbs and vegetables in there. So there was like an excess of green onion, an excess of spinach, an excess of chive, an excess of leeks, an excess of parsley and cilantro. And that made a big difference. This makes this interesting and fun to eat. And look at that beautiful color, right? It's nice. I like it a lot. There are things I'm going to do differently, though, if I cook this again. I'm going to add cream to give it buoyancy and fluffiness. All right? I've been told that this dish, in its most authentic form, is thin and crispy. But I think of that in terms of egg, and that's just never what I want when it comes to egg. I don't order omelets. I don't order, the skillet scrambles at breakfast restaurants. I like very, very fluffy, light, almost undercooked eggs. I almost like a little bit of gooiness in my eggs and lots of fluffiness and creaminess. And to really, really love something like this, and I don't know, maybe someday an authentic, Persian cook, an expert, will serve me a version of this dish which is thin and crispy and eggy that I will love. But there have got to be culinary secrets that I'm not aware of, because I don't know. I don't particularly know how to do that. I don't know how to make a thin, crispy, well-cooked egg dish that has the texture or flavor in the egg itself. I'm not talking about the herbs or the vegetables that are mixed in with the egg. I'm talking about the egg itself. And I'm not talking about the seasonings either. That particular texture, when it comes to an egg that I think is even slightly overcooked, I don't like. So I really like all the flavors in this. I do. Let me try it again. Oh, it's a very complex flavor blend. It's quite lovely. And towards the middle of that, so I got towards the middle of that wedge rather than the outer edges, which, you probably saw were browner. Towards the middle, the egg is cooked better. And then in conjunction with, the sort of subtle seasonings and the rough chopped herbs and vegetables, it is quite good. The Greek yogurt goes nicely over it. I can see why they just say plain Greek yogurt. You don't need to put seasonings in it, because there's enough flavor in the KUKU itself that from either your pita bread or your Greek yogurt, you don't need extra seasonings. And towards the middle, it's very good. So if I make this again, I might cook it skillet top. Thinking I might do that. I might put a little bit of cream in it. I'll probably cook it at a lower temperature. And I will take it off the heat at just the moment when poking a fork into it no longer yields liquid when you pull it out. Like maybe if it yields a couple drops, small drops of liquid, then that's when I'll turn the heat off. Take it off the heat. And that will probably be the perfect cooking point for what I'm looking for. And I don't know why I'm doing this jabbing aggressively with a spoon. But to adjust it to my own personal preferences, I'm going to have to do that. I do like it. It's very interesting. I followed the instructions pretty exactly. It is beautiful. It's very interesting. It's nice. I really like the walnut in there too. Hey, I don't normally do this kind of thing. This is only the second or third time that I've attempted a Persian dish. It is not bad for a first attempt. There are things that I need to change. I need to think a little bit more. I was just speaking extemporaneously there. There are probably other things that I could have done differently or better. But I didn't completely fuck it up. That's the important part of this experiment, was that I didn't just fuck up everything. I got a few things right, and I got a few things not quite right. I will make it again. I like the concept of this. I like the healthiness of it. Cage-free eggs, Greek yogurt, bunch of herbs, bunch of vegetables. The butter, not so healthy, but you got to throw in something pleasurable in there. Same concept goes for the naan or the pita bread. It's good. It's good, and I want to experiment with it again. But I can only give my own work tonight a tentative 6. But I'm going to try it again and hopefully get it up to a 7 or even higher.